Hi, welcome to the Big Smith News Watch. Welcome to Focus. My name is Michael Richmond, and with me today, I have a young man who is drawing a lot of attention to himself. As a young artist and also as a fashion designer, he's using his art to pave a way into Guyana's fashion industry. With me, I have Mr. Vibert Dummett. Mr. Vibert Dummett, first and foremost, welcome to the Big Smith News Watch. It's
Thank you for
definitely
being here.
a privilege having you. So how are you, first and foremost?
Well, I'm quite okay so far. Can't complain.
Last City, definitely. So for our viewers who don't know who Vibert Dummett is, do you mind sharing a bit about yourself?
Well, I'm currently a student at the art school. I'm graduating this year. Well, I grew up in Albistown, currently living in Pleasance, East Coast. I have a business media on Facebook, Instagram, Vibert Dummett. Contact me on WhatsApp, 616-0215. I have various contents on my social medias, and yeah, you could follow me.
So you're born and growing up down there. Move to Pleasant. This is a far distance apart from each other. A far distance apart from each other indeed.
Yeah, but it's close to my art school, so
Close to your house.
it's very convenient.
Great. So let's just talk about you pursuing a career in art. Where did that actually stem from?
Well, it actually stemmed from when I was small, like around 5 years old in nursery school. My mom used to have a lot of art stuff around. My mom used to draw as well, like create teaching aids and so on, because she's a teacher. And she used to give me a lot of art books. So I used to be drawing, expressing myself and so on. And she saw the talent in me because I was more divided from the other students who just draw a regular stick man and so on. And that's where it all started, basically.
But you said that you were, divided from them that were drawing like average stick man and so on. But what exactly, if you could recall, what were you drawing at that,
More details as in the face, the nose, the ears, the whole body, the legs, the toes. Yeah, that's what divided me from them.
So that was something that you pursued throughout your school life, or it was just, it was something that you started and then you perhaps went to secondary school, you endeavored into some other stream, and then, hey, I should start drawing. How was it for you? Was it something like you went through all your life so far?
Well, it's something that was a hobby, not something that I pursue as in a primary school that had art and so on. I go through the same process with everyone else in Guyana, going from primary to secondary. Well, from secondary school, I was in business stream. Because the school I attended was East Ronville Secondary, and they never had an art stream.
Wow.
And I always wanted to be in an art stream, but I ended up being in business. And from there, they had something named work study.
Yeah.
And I was at the National Archive, and so happened that the supervisor from the National Archive, she's also an artist. And I showed her some of my artwork, and she said that I have some sort of talent. And she recommended me to go to the art school, and that's where I started and get more advanced in my work.
So let's talk about the art school. Now, you are a student of the art schools at this moment because you're not graduated. I said that, right?
Yeah, graduating this year.
But you're still a student of the art school. When you went there, let me guess, you was probably just drawing.
Yeah, I was a rookie.
You was a rookie. But when you went to the art school, what exactly, did you add to your artistry? What was added? Was it, I don't know, like it's
I added more knowledge, more art term. I could speak more artistic, more can relate to more artists now, and be more creative and be a brand. So people could see, when they see your art, they could see you in the art instead of seeing the art and seeing other people in the art. So that's basically what I learned from the art school.
Are there anybody locally that you would say that, when I've looked up to this person doing art and I like the way this person has done their art?
Yes, definitely. My mentor is a famous portrait artist by the name of Compton Bob. He inspired me to become who I am today. And they have a few others that made me become what I am. Like in the fashion side, with creating the t-shirt and so on, they have a tutor at the art school by the name of Miss Karen. she also inspired me and encouraged me to pursue the fashion side of art.
Yeah. But also we can see from your jersey that's right. You want to wear a piece.
Yeah.
That's what Godzilla was
No, that's Bleach.
Bleach.
Bleach from the anime.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. So let's just go right into fashion now. We see how you're moving from stages to stages, and just Sunday, if I'm right, Sunday last was Last City.
It was last Saturday.
Last Saturday,
Yeah.
Saturday last was Last City. First of all, just tell us about you being there. Tell us about you seeing other artists. So as much as they were also fashion designers. Tell me how was the environment for you, in the moment.
Well, first of all, I would like to thank Keisha Edwards for giving me the opportunity to see how a wonderful setting of high-class fashion looks like. And yeah, the environment was very welcoming.
Yeah.
It was very high-end, I must say. And all the fashion designers were very respectful. They always ask if you need anything. They always congratulate you and so on. So everybody was like family.
Yeah.
There.
Great. Also, you had your art was also on display. You had a modeler there that was modeling in some of your pieces. So now we're saying you move from just drawing to now, expressing yourself on the fashion stage. Talk us through that experience and what it actually means to you.
Well, as I said, my mentor, Compton Bob, he told me, yes, you could do art, yes, you could do portrait drawings and painting, but do something that makes people know who you are, which is creating a brand. Yeah. So I start brainstorming, and the class that I went in was Resist Method in Borough School of Arts. And whilst doing it, you had to do batik, discharge, tie-dye, etc. And for the last assignment, you had to create your own piece. Yeah. So I brainstormed, look on YouTube and so on, and I saw persons doing different type of styles with the discharge. But I wanted to do something more different that people could see me through my art. And that's how come I end up creating portraits and so on with the using the bleach.
Yeah.
So that's basically how it started.
So talk us through now the experience that you've gained now, since this is actually your first, was it your first fashion runway, like putting your products out there fashion wise? Was it?
No, it wasn't my first fashion runway. My first fashion runway was one, I believe, last year or the year before. It was Fashion in Paradise. Nelson Norris was the host.
Yeah.
My second one was also this year, I think was last month, named Break the Runway. So and this is one of the biggest one I ever went. I attended to.
Okay, so see, I had one a year before the last, or probably last year, and the second one this year. Yeah. So how did those two equip you? The knowledge is the knowledge that you gain from those first two. How did it transcend into this, the third one, and making this one so successful? Because I saw your model, actually saw her, and I think it was really well. It was wonderfully done.
Thank you.
It spoke. It's like it gave you this kind of like back to tradition African kind of feeling at the same time, and then it's like at one point you're like in the moment of the 21st century at the same time. So it was really such a good piece. We definitely will show you some pictures from his piece at the Last City. So tell me about those two past experiences and what you learned from those two. That's and that probably educated you into this third one, and this one was really a big.
Okay, well, what the knowledge that I gained is that you could always be different. So my previous and past fashion show that I attended, I mostly did t-shirts. So my teacher, Miss Karen, shout out to her, she told me why not do something different, which is a dress.
Yeah.
So I brainstormed on YouTube again. YouTube is my best friend.
Yeah.
And I saw persons creating t-shirts. No, sorry, creating dresses out of t-shirts. So I said, why not try it? And long story short, I did it and did the designs on it, and it ended up becoming a wonderful piece.
How long does these things actually take to make Vibert?
It all depends. All like if it's a portrait,
Yeah.
a realistic portrait of you, it will basically take almost like 2 days.
Okay, so if there's, let me say 2 days, all right, good, very fair to see. Is there anyone that you would say that probably, you know what, hey, I would love to work with this person in the near future? Who would that be?
Well, I wouldn't say person, I would say the industry itself. I always have a vision for collaboration, and I believe small business must support small businesses in order for it to grow, because big businesses support big businesses, and that's how they always scale to the top. So that's basically I believe, and I don't believe in going to one person. I prefer go a whole.
Or you prefer the holistic view?
Yeah.
Great. So what are your, goals and, let's just use the word goals. What are your goals with, in the near future? With now we've seen that you are going more and more into fashion also, not just into those drawing and dresses designing, the designs and so on. What will be your, long-term goal?
Well, definitely having my own studio, because my studio is my room at the moment.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely my own studio. In the future, I would like to create my own website, have my own page. Definitely travel, keep meeting new designers, keep meeting new artists. Be a promoter, like hosting sip on paints, events, and so on, to keep the art lively.
Yeah.
So that's basically it.
Great. And lastly, Vibert, what would your advice be to any young man or woman that, would love to pursue the art first and foremost, and also endeavor into the fashion aspect of it? What would your advice be?
Well, my advice is to never listen to what negative people have to say to you. People will always break you no matter what. You have to be disciplined, independent, and be God willing to move forward, and always keep a small circle and keep positive people around you. That's basically it.
Definitely. So this young man is making quite a name for himself, Vibert Dummett, a name that we should look forward to in the near future amongst the Sonia Noels and the Rhoda Ducks and the other, designers that are into fashion, but also are huge fans of arts. So, Vibert, again, it's been such a wonderful time speaking to you. It's great to see where you're heading. We here at the Big Smith Newswatch wish you nothing but the best. Just continue to create content, continue to draw, and with consistency, it brings relevance, and everything will fall into place. So again, thanks a lot for being here on the Big Smith Newswatch. We wish you nothing but the best again. I just want to say a special thanks to my technical operator, Mr. Daniel De Freitas. Until next time, guys. Bye.